So we're reaching the end of the podcast here, and we thought of one other funny little topic is about meeting famous people. I probably have a bunch. A lot of times thinking like conventions and stuff or like funny stories. The biggest one was Ozzy Osbourne, but I don't know. It's a good story, but I think I have a better one. So why don't you go first? Tell us your funny...
you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is just kind of like a long-running joke I've had, and it's just a funny story. So when I don't know how old I was, but I'm going to guess 12 or 13, so pretty young. My dad took me to a Star Trek convention, and this is like while Next Generation was on the air, and it was like a huge deal. So there was a lot of actors from the show there, but one of them was John Delancey, who played Q. And I remember I really liked the Q character when I was a kid. And so I had like a poster of him that we had bought at the convention. I was going to have him sign it, and you have to get in line and all this. So the rule was you could have him sign 2 things. Well, I only had 1. The people behind me had 3. So they like tapped me on the shoulder, and they're like, "Hey kid, like here's like the program from the convention." So the program has like every actor who appears and like a little biography and stuff. They're like, "Would you have him sign this program for us? Because you only have 1 thing and we have 3. So they hand me this thing, and I was like, "Okay, sure." So I grabbed this little booklet and I put my thumb on the page that they had it open to, but I didn't even look at it. I just like put it down at my side and just kept waiting. So I get up to Q and hand him the poster, and he signs it. And then I hand him the book, and he opens it and he looks at this book and he's like, "Do I look like Michael Dorn to you?" Who was the guy that played Worf, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm just like a little kid. I'm like, so obviously they had handed me this booklet, turned to the wrong page, right? And so then he's like, I didn't say anything. I'm just like stunned because he looked so angry. And he's like, he has like some like helper next to him. He's like, "Make sure these people know who I am and know that like they have the book turned to the right page and aren't wasting my time." And I just remember thinking like, dude, that's brutal, man. Like, I'm 12 years old. Like, geez, like calling me out and like saying this so everyone can hear it. And I was so mad at those people behind me for giving me this stupid book, right? So anyway, for all, just for the record, for all I know, this is like the nicest guy ever. Maybe he was just having a bad day. Maybe he meant to be humorous, like sarcastic, like Q is. No one was laughing, but it's possible. So maybe he's a great guy. I don't know. But it's kind of funny because like I have this running joke where like I've sworn vengeance, like one of these days, like I'm going to see him at a convention and stand up and be like, just give this epic speech like 30 years ago to the day I met this celebrity, and then at the end, like just reveal it was him, and it just, obviously I'm just kidding, but it's like been this long running joke. And my girlfriend always laughs like I'm the real life Captain Picard because I've had this like 30-year feud with Q.
As far as meeting celebrities, like at conventions or photo ops or anything, there's a bunch of them that I can think about, but, the Ozzy one, I'll tell it anyway real quick just because I'll keep it brief. But the Ozzy one was interesting just because of his entrance. I think that's what made it so exciting because it was when his album Down to Earth came out, 2001. He was doing a picture-only event at Tower Records. Later, I actually got a signing from him at a bookstore when his book came out. So I've gotten the picture and I've gotten the autograph, but on 2 separate occasions. But anyway, to get his picture when the album came out, you went to the Tower Records. You bought the album at midnight when it came out. Like they would open up the store just at midnight to do this, and they give you all wristbands to the first like 100 people or whatever. Then you'd have to have that wristband on for like a week, and then come back for the photo op. And when we came back, it was just all these metalheads in an alley behind the Tower Records, like in the back, and we're just all lined up. And they got this PA system set up, and basically, then we see him show up. He's in a van with like a V shape of motorcycles around the van, and they just come in. And then he comes out and he said something, to the crowd on the PA, and everybody's going insane. And then like the crowd almost started like moshing, like it was crazy. And then we went, to the store, and he's sitting in like a throne. They have this big throne for him to sit in with this like banner Ozzy right above him. And he's just sitting there, not really saying anything or just kind of staring into space. And I remember going up to him and just being so like starstruck that I couldn't even say anything. Like I was just like so like nervous. And then like I just remember like he looked at me one time. And I just like when I made eye contact through his like tinted glasses, I just like froze up. I was like, holy shit, it's Ozzy. And then, he like put his hand on me, we did the picture, and then that was it. It was like 2 seconds, but those 2 seconds I remember for the rest of my life.
Wow.